Good afternoon, learners. Today we are going to do a very fun-filled poem, the title of which is The Tale of Custard the Dragon. A very surprising, mysterious title I found. So the poem is written by Eugen Nash. So this is a humorous poem written in the form of a ballad. Ballad. Children, ballad means a poem that is written in the form of a story. Right? It narrates a story about a dragon whose name is Custard. Custard. Yes, the same custard which we take as a sweet dish. Right? So the dragon throughout the poem is teased for being a coward, but later on he proves brave as he saves the lives of those who used to look down upon him. All in all, to brief the introduction, I would say that the poem gives us an impression that the one who talk much about their bravery may turn out to be cowards. On the other hand, the ones who are teased for their cowardice might actually turn out to be the bravest, right? So thus the poem makes the point that whatever we see with our eyes may be deceptive and the reality may be something else. So start with the text of the poem. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really truly little pet dragon. A beautiful symmetry, attractive rhyme scheme. So it is described in the introductory stanza that there is a girl named Belinda. She lived in a little white house with her pet animals. Her pet animals included a little black cat, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little pet dragon. Right? So the family is so big as she has described. She is a girl who lives with her pets in a white house, right? In a white colored house. So they all use a red wagon when they want to go out somewhere. As it is written, realio trulio. Realio means really. Wagon, I hope you can understand. Wagon here means a carriage. Right? So, realio means really and trulio means truly here. So, dragon, as it's written, little pet dragon. Dragon is a flying snake. I hope you all have seen that in movies or on Discovery channels. So whenever they want to go out somewhere, so they use the red wagon, right? WAGON. So coming to the second stanza, now the name of the little black kitten was Ink. So children, you will find more mysterious elements in the poem as strange names have been given to the animals that Belinda keeps. And the little grey mouse, she calls him Blink. And the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. But the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. Right? So, sharp here means intelligent, and what she says here, the name of the kitten is Ink. The small cat the kitten she has named her Ink. Why? Because its fur is black in color. The fur of that kitten is black in color, right? So, the mouse she has kept, she calls it Blink. Blink. The name of the mouse is Blink. Why? Because it's so small in size. So tiny in size. Next is the dog she has named him Mustard. Mustard, mustard is yellow in color and the dog has yellow hair. The dog is yellow like mustard, so that's why the dog's name is Mustard. But the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. The final line of the stanza, she says that the name of the dragon the name of that flying snake is Custard, because the dragon is covered and sweet like a custard. The dragon is sweet as well, sweet as a sweet dish that we take, that is custard. That the dragon is so sweet, so nice, but he is so covered. That's why, as an amalgamation of his qualities, so the dragon has been named Custard by Belinda. I hope that's clear. Third stanza. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth, and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace chimney for a nose, and realio trulio daggers on his toes. Daggers, knives. So the Custard, is a big dragon having sharp teeth and, spikes on his back. Spikes on his back and, scales on his belly, on his stomach, and, his dagger-like toes. His toes are like daggers. So his mouth is like a fireplace, as again you must have seen that in movies. His mouth is like a fireplace, right? Whenever he produces fire from his mouth, smoke escapes through his nostrils. Smoke escapes through his nostrils, right? So that's why his nose looks like a chimney. And this all is real and true incident. So next stanza. Belinda was a brave as a barrel full of beers. Barrel, container. Barrel full of beers. And ink and blink chased loins down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. The poet describes that Custard is always in lookout of a safe and nice place. Always desires a good place where he can feel safe, right? So see, we are told here that Belinda, Ink, Blink and Mustard, these are all brave creatures, right? Even these are smaller in size as compared to Custard. Still, Custard feels unsafe at every moment. Belinda was as brave as the barrel loaded with beers, container loaded with beers. And the little cat, the mouse, they would chase the loins down the stairs. It means it shows the bravery of these little creatures, that the cat and the mouse have the courage, have the bravery of chasing. Chasing means following, going after somebody, right? So cat and mouse have the capability, have the bravery to chase loins down the stairs, right? Mustard, the dog, was as brave as an angry tiger. See, it is written Mustard was as brave as a tiger in rage. Means Mustard is, as brave as an angry tiger. Angry tiger turns more brave, right? But, Custard the dragon was so cowardly that he always wanted to hide himself in a cage in order to be safe and secure, right? So I hope that's clear up to now. Next stanza. Belinda ticked him, she tickled him unmerciful, right? So unmerciful means mercilessly, without any sympathy. Ink, Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon, at the Railio Trulio cowardly dragon. Tickling means to do tickle, to scratch with nails and hands. Scratch scratch someone's body with nails and fingers, right? Tickling, scratching. Next is unmerciful, that means mercilessly, right? So what does the poet say here? While going in their little red wagon, Belinda, along with Ink, Blink and Mustard, with all her pets, so they made fun of cowardly Custard. Belinda, along with her pets, they used to make fun of the coward Custard, right? So Belinda tickled him and they all used to mock Custard and call him the so-called brave knight Percival. So children, Percival, as with P capital it is written, Percival, he was a brave knight, Knight. He was a brave knight of 12th century, of the time of King Arthur. So he has been compared to that brave knight mockingly, in as you may say that as a satire, they used to call Custard so brave, as brave was that knight of 12th century, that is Percival. They used to call him Percival. Right? So everybody laughed at the dragon because Belinda tickled him mercilessly, and the other pets rudely called Custard Percival. Right? They were indifferent to Custard. Right? And these words, Rulio, Trulio, actually means really and truly. Right? So the words have been changed by the poet in order to give rhythm to the poem, in order to beautify it. So, next stanza, Belinda giggled. Giggling means laughing, right? Laughing in a playful manner. Belinda giggled till she shook the house. Shook means move. She laughed so heartily. She laughed so loud. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said "Weck." Blink said "Weck" means laughing sound, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a knife-safe cage. Again, when Custard wanted to be put in a cage because of, his fears and insecurities, Belinda and Blink laughed heartily at that demand of Custard, right? Ink and Mustard asked him his age. Why we ask someone's age? In order to mock that person, that okay, you are 20 years old. So what? If you have 20 years old, why are you so much afraid of this thing? Why are you so much afraid of that thing? Right? In such a manner, Ink and Mustard asked him his age because, Custard was afraid of everyone like a child. Right? He was scared of every little thing. Next stanza. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound. Nasty means unpleasant, bad. And Mustard growled. Mustard growled means making some slow thundering sound. And they all looked around. Mioch, cried Ink, and oh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Window probably here means window, right? As the poet has molded the words for the sake of giving rhythm to the poem. So what the poet says here, that all the animals were making fun of Custard. Suddenly means meanwhile, all of a sudden they heard an unpleasant sound, right? A bad sound, and all were scared at that time. All were scared. Mustard started growling. Ink and Belinda started crying out in fear. And finally, they saw a pirate. Pirate means, a dacoit. Daku, we call in Hindi, a dacoit. And that was climbing into their house through an open window. Right? So, I hope that's clear. It's so easy. So what was the position of that pirate? See in the next stanza. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right. And he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. Cutlass, cutlass is also sword. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. It is very clear from the appearance of a person. If the person is holding, pistols in both his hands, it's very much clear that the intentions of that person is not good, right? What the poet says here, that the pirate, the dacoit, he was having pistol in both his hands, right as well as left, and he was carrying a cutlass, a small sword, so small that can be held between his teeth. Right? He had a black beard, and a leg, one of his legs was made of wood. Right? It was very much evident, very much obvious that the pirate was a dangerous person and he wanted to kill everybody present over there. Right? So all the animals got afraid, including Belinda. Right? See, next stanza. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help. Paled, feeling pale means turning yellow faced, feeling terrified, afraid. But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Yelp, barking. So Mustard fled means to run away, and but Mustard fled with the terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and little Mouse blinked strategically. Mouse mold. Belinda turned pale with fear. She wanted to means call somebody for help, and she began crying, help, help. Right? Mustard run away in fear. Ink too hid in the basement, and Blink went into the mouse hole. Right? Mouse hold here is again a molded word that means mouse hole. Right? So Blink was a mouse, so he entered into his mouse hole so that the pirate could not do any harm to him. So all the creatures, including Belinda, so they were very much afraid at the advent of that pirate. So next stanza, but up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine. Right, snorting, sound of the air means coming out of somebody's nostrils. When there is silence, complete silence, we can, hear to that. Clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. Clashing, attacking. Dungeon, cell. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, right? We went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. Clatter and a clank, sounds of iron striking with each other, right? So jangling is a sound of iron again, and robin is a bird. So, Custard surprised everyone with his actions. It is written here, but up jumped Custard means Custard jumped up from his place, snorting like an engine. He jumped from his place and surprised everybody with his actions. He jumped up and started snorting in anger like an engine. Then he beat his tail against the floor, as it is written. Clashed his tail means beat, attack. His tail. Then what happened afterwards? Then he made a sound like the metal chains in the cell, that clash against one another continuously and produce a lot of noise. And finally, he ran towards the pirate and attacked him in the same way as, a robin bird pounces upon a worm. A beautiful comparison, it is written, he went at the pirate like a robin. A beautiful simile has been used. At a pirate like a robin at a worm. Finally, he ran towards that stranger, that pirate, and attacked him in the same manner as the bird robin pounces upon the worms, right? So worms cannot survive as we have seen. Worms cannot survive if robin bird attacks them. So he attacks at the stranger in the same manner, right? So Custard fight the pirate in this stanza as described, right? So I hope that's clear. Next stanza. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon. Gaping means looking with surprise actually. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon, right? And gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. Grog means liquor, a kind of liquor drink. Gulping means drinking, swallowing, right? From his pocket flagon. Flagon here means a kind of can, container. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Gobbled him. Gobbling means eating. So the pirate reacted to Custard's attack. He stared at Custard the dragon, right? Belinda's dragon. He stared at Belinda's dragon. So helplessly, and drank alcohol from his pocket. Drank alcohol from his container, right? So the pirate fired 2 bullets at Custard, but both these bullets escaped. So the pirate missed his target of killing Custard. So that's why Custard escaped. And finally, Custard ate the pirate bite by bite, right? It's written every bit, means he ended the pirate by eating him. Next stanza. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink in glee did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. Embracing means to hug, right? So licking again, like licking, touching somebody with tongue, pass the tongue over. And mourning means mour. Mourn means to feel or express sadness, to feel sorry for, right? And the next is glee. Right, glee means happiness, joy. Gyrate means spinning, as the people do while dancing. Belinda hugged Custard, and Mustard also licked Custard. So both appreciated the bravery that Custard has shown in fight with the pirate, but nobody was sad for the pirate who had been eaten up by Custard. Nobody was feeling sorry for him. Instead, Ink and Blink started dancing in a happy mood around Custard. All the animals, including Belinda, were celebrating their victory over the pirate and the courage that Custard has shown in killing the pirate. Right? Next is, but presently up spoke like dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. Flustered means getting nervous, right? And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. A quality of humility, a quality of being humble is expressed here, right? However, the animals, all the animals tried to present excuses for their running away from the scene. Like somebody said, like, I got nervous. Mustard Dog said that he was as twice as brave, right? So, but it was just at that moment, it was just momentarily that he got a bit nervous, right? Similarly, Ink and Blink also kept boasting of their bravery, and they were actually not at all thankful. So they were celebrating the victory, but they expressed their excuse that they got nervous at that point of time, but actually they are very brave, very courageous. So see next stanza. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really truly little pet dragon. So same stanza described once again. Meanwhile, everything has gone back to the normal situation, and Belinda is once again living in peace and happiness with all her pets that were named Ink, Blink, right? So she is living happily with all of them in her same white house, right? So concluding stanza. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of beers. Same lines as we read earlier. And Ink and Blink chase loins down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage. But Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. In this stanza, we are told that Belinda, Ink, Blink and Mustard are still brave, despite knowing that the pirate could have easily killed them all. Pirate was so powerful at that time, I would say. At that time, pirate was holding 2 guns, right? So pirate was holding a knife in his teeth. He could have killed all these animals, including their owner Belinda. Right. On the other hand, it is said humorously that the Custard is still a coward and still longs for a safe place to hide himself. Still long for a safe place to feel secure and calm. Right, so that was actually a hilarious poem, and I did like reading it. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Right, the theme of the poem is that you must never judge anyone without getting to know them well. Often those who boast of their valor and bravery turn out to be extremely coward when the time comes to test their strengths and bravery. Right, similarly, those who are considered weak and coward may turn out to exhibit the best form of bravery, and that too in adverse circumstances. Right? So I hope that's clear to all of you. Have a happy learning. Thank you.